When I introduce this nationship to worldly aromas, I revere the perfumes of these lands. Whoa, 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 whoa. When you induce a relationship with nature, your aura makes flowers bloom on your command. Whoa, 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 whoa. Cynic's gonna see when searing lava forms an island, and the carbon copies of where life began. Cynic's gonna see when an island creates a woman. We're only carbon copies of where life began.
Careful to discover when lava creates a woman.
La lima para un cuerpo como un quemador.
Careful, don't get burned beneath the flames of our wingspan. Careful to discover when lava creates a woman. Careful, don't get burned beneath the flames of our wingspan.
So this book right here was written in 1670, and it was basically like an introduction to globes. So the book states many times that the globe is not what we've been taught, but if we try hard, we can adopt it into our current knowledge. The author basically threatens that if you don't, you won't know anything about trigonometry or land navigation. Now get this, the author supports his claims by reflecting on the fact that people thought California was a part of North America when really it's an island. So he's saying basically, believe me, the world is a globe because California is an island. Oh my God. So I got curious. I was like, let me see some maps from this time period. And Lord and behold, they got California as an island. Boom, there goes another one. And again, and another one. Can't make this up. Every single map pre-1800s depicts California as an island. Why? How is it that the people from Asia, Spain, and England all made the same unique mistake of making California an island? So I look a little closer at California and it says Carolinas. Carolina is a female name of German origin that means free/beautiful woman. Let's run that back. The name ultimately comes from Germanic word Carla, who means free woman. Let's get deeper, y'all. In Las Surgas, Calafia was described as a black warrior queen who ruled the mythical island of California. The island was inhabited only by black women who lived like Amazon warriors. What? California could have possibly been ruled by black women? Montalvo, who is the author of that book, is said to have gotten a book that mentions Queen Calafia and her black Amazon warriors. So therefore, he was not the original author. It must be older than the date it was published in 1510. Is this some ancient history we don't know about? This picture is showing men from Spain arriving to, I guess, the California island full of black Amazon warriors. Why would they add Carolinas if it was not inspired by historical events? Is this really a myth or a legend, or are they just not telling us something? Because these myths and legends collaborate well with these old maps and real events.
Queen Calafia, who was a powerful black queen of California and all surrounding territories in the Pacific Ocean about 500 years ago. Queen Calafia was so powerful that she was able to maintain peace over the entire western United States, ranging from Utah, Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, California, all the way out to territories in the Pacific Ocean. In fact, Queen Calafia was so powerful that when Hernando Cortez came over and tried to name the region, he was forced to name the state after her, naming it California. This was due to the powerful reputation of Queen Calafia. She was so powerful that the people who resided in the local tribes in the surrounding territories and in the state of California contested against the will of Hernando Cortez and told him that this state would be named California in honor of Queen Calafia, hence the name that we have today of California. Calafia was surrounded by an army of warrior women who were talented fighters. What was believed back then was that Calafia was a highly trained warrior herself, and she would oftentimes offer salvation to any women who were hurt or needed to have refuge and shelter, and she would take them in and train them as warriors. Queen Calafia ruled over a territory that was rich in natural resources, primarily gold, and she constantly fought off and conquered invaders along with her army. So it's really deep when we think about California and the abundance of gold, thinking about the California gold rush. It was a place that was always really rich in resources. Of course, for many, many years, it isn't something that was recent, but Queen Calafia knew that people were aware of the riches that the state of California had, so she was always defending her territory. Something that's also very deep is that Queen Calafia was very, very, very involved in worshiping and honoring nature. So by doing this, she was able to have a connection with the divine. This was something back then that was very common with all of the tribes of the United States. And by doing so, they were able to live in harmony with nature and also animals as well. Queen Calafia was a master of commerce. In fact, she had her own fleet of ships, and she would often do trading with different countries from regions in the eastern seaboard. So when I say eastern seaboard, I'm referring to Eastern Asia in particular, because it faces the west coast of California. So she would be trading with, say, countries in the Philippines or different islands. Something that's also really awesome about Queen Calafia is that there are many statues and art figurines of Queen Calafia throughout California, which is able to display a lot of the connection that the state of California has with her, although this is something that is primarily hidden from American history and that is untold. What is deep about this story is that it challenges much of what we have been told about the state of California. By researching and by looking at this, we're able to see that California's history is a lot deeper than what appears on the surface. In fact, the name of the state being named after Queen Calafia, who was a black queen in this time, changes the trajectory of the American history as well, that has been voiced and told to the general American public. You guys, please drop your comments